everyone, so this video review is for Flowers and Gemstones by Alaina Erdell. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on my blog, then there is a link in the post. And this is the video review. So Flowers and Gemstones by Alaina Erdell. Well, this was an emotional adventure. Hannah's girlfriend Bren dies in an unexpected accident, and everyone naturally expects her to be upset, but they didn't know that she'd been planning to break up with Bren to focus on launching her family's jewelry business to like elevated heights, to all these new heights. And Bren's ex Vanessa learns that she's passed away when her flower shop is hired to do the flowers for the funeral, and so she turns up at the funeral and then she meets Hannah. But they quickly discover that Bren had some secrets that neither of them knew anything about during their relationships. And in a bid to try and get some closure for both of them, they end up drawn into this madness of trying to find out who Bren was, and then naturally drawn together. So this was quite an unexpected romance, really, because it sort of bloomed from a completely unexpected situation. And I was there for it. I really loved it. It was great. There were complete opposites in how Hannah hadn't really been the girlfriend she thought that Bren deserved because of her career-focused mindset, and then Vanessa had been left all broken-hearted and hadn't forgiven Bren for dumping her. And so they both had sort of a very different experience. But when they learned about each other's, situations, and then Bren's secrets on top of it, kind of left them both with similar questions, like who was Bren, basically. So I adored how, despite being so headstrong, Bren's death somewhat derailed Hannah, and it had her needing Vanessa for support throughout everything. And then they both did a lot of growing throughout the story, because there was a lot to unpack, really, but more so for Hannah because she realised there could be more to life and she could find joy in things outside of her career in the family business. And Vanessa learned to be more forgiving, especially when Hannah was leading by example, when their sort of investigations took them on quite this adventure to learn the truth about Bren and all that had been sort of like expertly hid from them. And so the nice thing is it gave them both a chance to learn from what they'd had as a relationship with Bren, and then apply it now, which ultimately was the one thing bringing them together, that they could have a successful relationship, because they'd both done a bit of soul searching themselves, but they'd also sort of realised that they'd both had not a very great experience with Bren for different reasons, but it wasn't what anybody expected, not even me. And so Vanessa was definitely pushed back emotionally at that point, because she was still holding on to everything she felt about how Bren made her feel kind of worthless. And then also she had her elderly mother doing the same thing to her and really challenging her, maybe more so even as she was trying to find a sense of happiness with Hannah. So my heart just kept breaking for her, but I loved how Hannah stepped up to be a really good support for Vanessa in the end. And it was in the same way that Vanessa had selflessly done at the beginning for a stranger, to support Hannah through unpacking everything with Bren. So it was very, very sort of sweet and a cute romance. It had a lot of depth and a lot of emotion packed in there. There were lots of things to unpack and analyse and make assumptions of, and lots of takeaways and lessons to learn about forgiveness and other people's perspectives, and being aware in relationships, and also taking chances, because if you don't take them, well, you don't know what's going on, do you? And I loved it, and I thought it had really, really beautiful sentiments running out throughout it because of all of that. So I really, really enjoyed it, and I hope you will too. I'll pop a link in the description so you can grab a copy of Flowers and Gemstones by Alaina Erdell, which I hope you will. If you've read Flowers and Gemstones, would love to know what you thought of it, so please do share and let us know in the comments. If you haven't read it yet but you're planning to read it, or it's on your to-be-read list, or you're now thinking that sounds great, I really want to read that, then again, please do let us know, because it's always great to find out what you're interested in reading. And if you do read it, really, really hope you enjoy it. Bye.